In this cooking show, I'm going to be bringing you some downright delicious pork fried rice. And I'm not talking about any fried rice. I'm talking about ham that is slow smoked and seasoned and savory, infused in a pork fried rice dish that not only is going to be one of your favorite, but your family's favorite on your top recipe list. Before we jump into it, I want to introduce you to my special guest. I got my son Miguel Jr. back on the cooking show. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Back in the flesh, happy and hungry, ready to go.
Well, I'm glad you're hungry. So the last time he was on the show, we did the taco egg rolls.
Oh, can't forget about those.
Nah, that was a killer video. And people actually really liked it. The video is actually doing really, really well. So today, the pork fried rice is ready. Now, have you ever eaten my pork fried rice?
Never, and that's a problem.
Yeah, that is a problem. Now, we're going to solve it right now. So what I'm using rather than regular pork, when you were away at work somewhere around the world, I smoked a ham. And I like to vacuum seal the ham and save it for a later date. So if you cooked ham for the holidays, you want to use some of that ham for this pork fried rice because it adds, and in a minute, Junior, you're going to smell all that glaze that we use in that ham. And you're gonna feel like Thanksgiving is coming back. You smell that?
You said in a minute, I smell it now.
Yeah, well, it's quick because it's with vacuum seal for freshness. Yeah, because all those flavors that were already in there are already coming back out, right? So it doesn't take long because we don't have to cook it from zero. This is already smoked and ready to do what it does. So we're gonna put a little more ham in there because I know you said you was happy and hungry, right?
Hungry. Yeah, watch out, I got this.
Oh, you wanna do it a little bit? Okay, so while you doing that, he's taking over. You know, you got to teach these kids to cook, you know. What they say? You give a man a piece of fish and bread, you feed him for a day. You teach a man how to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. I'm trying to teach y'all how to fish. Now, he don't do a whole lot of cooking, but this is showing you how easy it is, right? But really, you're just heating up some meat.
No, I cook. Don't do me like that.
No, you're heating up some meat. You ain't really cooking yet, right? All right, so once you get your pork or your beef or your shrimp or whatever you're using, once it's ready to go, you want to take this off the heat and you want to set that to the side so we can prepare the rice. All right, so if you slide to the side, Junior, I'm going to take your heat here, put that just like that, put that on my back burner, no problem. And we're going to do this in real time and jump straight into it, and we're going to get the rice done. First thing we do is throw in some oil. Now I'm using a neutral oil. Use whatever you like. Some people like avocado oil, olive oil, whatever you like. Get a little bit of oil in the bottom, and the first thing you want to do is you want to throw in your onion. And mix that up. Just toss it just a little bit. Then when you first get your onions in, throw a little bit of salt and pepper. Now I'm going to season this up with some pepper. Throw a little bit of salt in there. And of course, one of my favorite things,
butter.
And why is that?
Because butter is sweet.
And it makes everything better. I say it all the time. There you go. So you know what? If that's the case, I put one in for you, one in for me.
No, I think it's both for me, not for you.
There you go. Nice. So let that sit and caramelize a little bit. Now you see how my son is like stirring it all around the pan? Actually, you want to pull back on that hand and let the onion sit there a little bit, and don't touch them because you want a little caramelization. When you get a little caramelization around the side, it turns brown. And I'm all about eating with my eyes, so I love when food looks a certain way in texture. But in fact, if you agree with that theory, comment right now in the comment section and let me know if you agree that you love the way food looks too before you eat it. Are you like that?
I think that's fair. I think I'm
like when you go to a restaurant, if it don't look good, you don't want to eat it, right?
No, I don't.
It could be the best thing in the world. Now, what I like to do early, this may not be a practice of you guys, I like to take my egg and throw my egg right in that pan early.
Why'd you do that?
Because I like the egg in early. Some people wait until the rice is in the pan. Now go ahead and start mixing that up, Junior. You want to add a little salt in there. And you want to mix that egg up really, really good to get it going. There you go, just like that. Make sure your heat is nice and high also. You don't want the heat to be too low. You think a hibachi grill is not, the skillet, the griddle plate is very, very hot. There you go. That's what you want to do, just like that. Now you got your egg cooking and mixed up with your onion and caramelized. Now you want to take a little peas and carrots if you like it. Toss it inside there and let that cook up as well. Because you want to add some vegetables to that fried rice that'll give you that really good Chinese restaurant feel. What you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. I'll take this spatula from you if you give me some sesame seed oil.
Okay.
So now you got the egg, you got the onion, You got your vegetables in, which we're using peas and carrots. Now you want to sprinkle some of that sesame seed oil in there because the aroma, one, I'm such a fan favorite of it, but two, it imparts the flavor that we enjoy as well. There you go. Similar to the restaurant. Now smell that.
Oh, that makes a big difference.
That smells good, right? That gives you that nice Chinese, American, or Asian cuisine flavor. It's beautiful flavor. Now those peas and carrots are pretty much cooked. You just need to heat them up. So the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a little fresh garlic in there. You wanna throw the garlic in there?
Absolutely.
Go ahead. I'll be your mix master DJ. Look at that. Pour that garlic in there, and then what you think is next?
Can't be rice without ginger.
Yeah, you need that fresh ginger. Look at that. Throw that fresh ginger puree in there and mix all that together. Now, one thing, if you were here and you can smell this, it's like a flavor bomb, right? It's so many flavors that's coming together. And I'm not gonna say this is like Chinese restaurant. I like to think it might be better.
It might be better.
Might be better.
I
Look
was
at that.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Look at that. And you tell me when you think we're ready to put the rice in there.
I will put it in there now.
You will put it in there now?
Yeah.
All right, let's
you know
do
why?
it. Why?
Because I'm hungry.
Because you're hungry. All right, so we got some rice. Now, you can use day-old rice, which is said to be best. We cooked this rice earlier, but we're going to throw some rice right in here and let you see how this goes down right there. Good job holding that handle. Now, depending on how big your pan is, you actually don't want to dump it all in there because you want to give yourself some room and some area to kind of mix things around. In fact, give me that spoon right there that you have. There you go. I'll do that there. There, we can turn this around. And now you start mixing it around. Get all of that egg, all of that onion, them peas, them carrots, that fresh ginger, that fresh garlic. Get all that mixed around and going. Now, if you're at home cooking on a Blackstone or something, it's easy. You can just chop all this up and move it a little faster. But I assure you, this is not regular fried rice. If you decide to use the exact ingredients that I'm using, and I'll put them on the screen. I'll put them right here on the screen to let you know the exact portions and everything I'm using so you'll have it. Now, if you looked at this pan right here and you said, well, when I go to Chinese places, what are we missing? Some color?
Absolutely. So you know what we need, right?
What?
We need some soy sauce.
We need some soy sauce. So let's go ahead and start there. Now we got the rice moving around. Just do some shakes. And I'll tell you when we're done. So that's like a tablespoon or two. I would suggest that's good. Starting off with about 3 tablespoons. Don't overdo it. Soy sauce has sodium, a lot of salt content, so you don't want to over salt your food. You actually don't need that much. See how that color is changing like that? Instantly,
like
right?
Color, yeah.
Beautiful. But now we're going to add some bold flavors in there to give it even some more shine. Give me some oyster sauce. Go ahead. Little bit of oyster sauce in there. Like 1 or 2 tablespoons, not so much. Let's see, that's like a half. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You know, this is how your grandma used to cook. You know, when our grandma was cooking, there wasn't no measuring. She just put a lot of love in it. There you go. Let's stop right there. That's about 1.5 tablespoons. We can always taste the food and go back. You smell that now, Junior?
Amazing.
Now, how long? How long have we been doing this? 10 minutes?
I think a little bit less. I think 9 minutes.
They don't take that long. Like, it literally doesn't take that long to do this.
What's the purpose of the oyster sauce?
The oyster sauce adds like an umami flair to the bottom. And if you don't know what sense that is, a lot of restaurants that have fusion. And you know, like Chinese, American, or
like
stuff.
PF Chang's.
There you go.
Okay.
They
That's
may
my
use
favorite
it.
restaurant, by the way.
There you go. So give me this.
Hoisin.
Exactly. We throw some hoisin in there, and I'm gonna say about 3 tablespoons. Again, I'll put the exact measurements there for you. See, that hoisin will change that color just like that. Add some depth of flavor to it.
Listen, man, it smells too good.
We almost
Too
there.
good.
We almost there.
You know, being away, I've been missing your cooking a long time.
Yeah, well, that's why you're here. See, they never get too old. If you want your kids to always come back home when they get older and they got all the big head, you can't tell them nothing, cook a good meal. See, that's what always brought me back to my grandma's house. If y'all remember when your grandma used to cook, she was like the centerpiece of the family, right? food was the conduit that brought everybody together. I always say that.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday. And it's a tradition in my house now. Rest in peace, Grandma, that we will always eat and sit at the table. And your kids will always come back home. All right, Miguel, so we're almost there.
Okay.
Now, what we need here, the missing ingredient, of course, is a little bit of pepper. We're not going to put any salt yet because we don't want to over salt it. But butter, listen to me, people. Come close, right here to my face. Butter is the answer to all things fried rice.
Say that one more time.
You say it.
Butter is the answer to all things fried rice.
Put butter in your fried rice, okay? Yes.
It get me excited.
You know you're loud. There's people watching, right?
That's fine.
Look at this. Now, this is the perfect time, young man. This is a perfect time.
Let me do the honors. Let me do the honors.
You want to do the honors? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Now we want to take that pork. You want to take that pork and put that right in there just like that. And we don't want to leave none of that in the pan.
None of it.
Look at that.
You know what I like about this? It didn't take us long at all to make something such a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece. And I mean, look, you got children. You need to be
this
making.
right here.
Yeah.
You know when something good, they say I'll eat it every day.
Yeah, yeah. This you want to make sure 100% you know how to make. And again, like I said, if you don't do pork and you want to do shrimp, you want to do chicken, or you just want to do vegetables, you make it the same exact way. If you don't like dairy and you don't want to put egg in it, you don't have to do that as well. Now I think we got this exactly how we want it. We need a little green onion on the top. Miguel, you can do the honors there. Garnish that around. Look at that. Now I think the only thing left to do is to plate it and eat it.
Okay, that's the best part.
All right, there we go.
I'm
so
ready.
now we're gonna plate this. Now you got your plates all done. Throw a little bit of green onion over the top just for the garnish. Go over here, do the same thing. Now here's one thing, ladies and gents. You cannot eat my fried rice without the famous yum yum. How many times you had this yum yum on different stuff?
More than once.
It's good, right?
More than twice, more than 3 times. And I think this is the 20th time.
So this is a homemade recipe, and if you want this recipe, just go on my food blog and I'll tell you exactly how to make it. But this is homemade and it's absolutely delicious. What you huffing and puffing over there for? Here, man. Look, I got this little bowl. I actually want you to taste it. And I want you to tell me.
I was waiting for you to say that.
I want you to taste this right in front of the people. Oh, because you should never trust. You should never trust. So you know when somebody stare at your food and you drop it, you know that's him like, man,
man, don't get nervous.
I need to eat that now. So I'm going to throw a little bit of that up there for you. And I want you to tell the people, hold on, straight up. This is real time. Now don't just say it's good because I'm dad.
I'm going to be honest. Trust me.
Be honest.
Honesty is the best policy.
I mean, it looks fantastic.
Ready?
Come on now. Let's go. That's good, ain't it? That's good, ain't it? I'm just waiting to see what he's gonna say. How is it, man? The people waiting. They ain't got this kind of time to be sitting here waiting for you to unfreeze yourself.
Let me tell y'all something. I have never, hold on, let me finish. Never had something like this.
Really? Is it that good?
Try it for yourself.
Explain the taste. I've had it before.
The taste just burns in your mouth.
What? I didn't put any liquor in there, huh?
No, it's flavorful. It's cooked properly. The ham gives off an extreme flavor as far as like what you put in, and the yum yum sauce do the trick every time.
Yum yum sauce do the trick on the top. So if you want to make this dish, Make it. The family will love it. My 8-year-old daughter is, in fact, en route over here now because she heard I was cooking this. Enjoy it with your family. Comment below and let me know if you enjoyed this. And it's always good to have your family with you, acting like a goofball. But food makes you do that, right? Food makes us happy. So don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hopefully you'll see Miguel Jr.
I'll see you on the next video. I gotta go do some work, but I'll be back.
All right, guys. Have a good one.